Hey heroes, Zephyr here. I am, just screwing around, playing around. The other day I showed that, you could use the daylight sensors in inverse by covering them. So I've just been kind of playing around, with the testing on that, and, figured why not? Let's show the fruits of my labor on, just a little bit more of the new Redstone stuff. So here I've got just a command block that'll add 1,000 at a time. Whoop. It's every 1,000 or so that the daylight sensors get another one. And here I have kind of an applicable use, and that is this farm here. These lights are each hooked up to a daylight sensor. Now you could probably make the redstone a little more efficient. I just kind of wanted to make it look cool, kind of show off what could be done. Each of these is just set up with one of the daylight sensors, obviously on inverse, and I'll leave this one on just so that you guys can kind of see the difference. It's basically like the exact moment that this one would turn off, the rest of them will turn on. And that's just entirely from the whole inversion thing. So basically, the crops need light to grow anyway, and you could just as easily set up torches all over the place, or leave these on a constant circuit. But it's kind of cool to have the idea of being going green, the lights only being on when the sun properly hits that point in the sky. And I'd set up that command block so I could just do this. You can watch everything invert. Now this one, because of that extra bit of redstone, isn't going to go on immediately, but these ones are set up literally just to the block right underneath. And they will activate at night, every night at the same time, and obviously turn off in the day. Basically, the minute you can see red in the sky, there, is when they will actually turn off. So it leaves the light level more or less constant. It's a cool concept. So yeah, there's a proper use for the daylight sensor. Cactus farms are working per their normal thing again, so I took down that whole piston array, as fun as it was. It was useless after they fixed that again. However, I did decide to take advantage of the weighted pressure plates. So I decided I wanted to kind of test the output of this cactus farm, because it's big, it's bulky, it's kind of the standard size that they used to be. And, it's not 100% efficient, because cactuses can always, go and fall into some. So I kind of wanted to see what the output would be. My initial plan was actually to use one of the gold-weighted pressure plates, but it turns out that the sheer amount of drops that a cactus farm of this size actually gives borders on, what is it? I think I did the math, so it's every 42 extra to 1. Well, sorry, 42 and 1. You get what I mean. Every 42 or so, you get another one. And it turns out this cactus farm, well, it even went past my foreseeable expectations. With a cactus farm of this size, you get like 258 plus cactuses every 5 minutes. So in the time it takes them to despawn, you're basically getting almost 200 cactuses. I tried to set this up with a hopper, and I filled the chest in the time it took me to set up that farm, and that was like a day. So, yeah, an interesting use for the weighted pressure plates is just to check the efficiency of various devices or farms and whatnot. So you can see all those cactuses down there. I could easily put the pressure plate on here and gone and collect them. But until I find out an efficient collection method, I just kind of wanted to test the production rate of your average cactus farm. The other thing too is Seth Bling discussed it, but there's also a glitch with the hoppers where if something's on the edge, it'll still suck them in. So I actually have had to clean out the poultry press. I decided to play around with it some more, because it's always fun to launch chickens at people and whatnot. But I was having a problem where I was getting way more eggs than, theoretically should be from just 10 chickens. And that's because if anything ever falls on the corner of either of them, it can actually be sucked into either of them, which I'm really hoping they fix that, because as interesting as it is as a glitch, it's kind of cheaty. And I don't like cheaty too much. I also got this working again. I will not show that off at the moment, because the poultry press is a little big, and I ended up kind of crossing it over. So it'll wind up with water going everywhere, but just to show... my new model stable circuits is just another one that was shown, and it is using the comparator and just one repeater. But yeah, no, water goes everywhere. I've had to cover up the circuits multiple times while I was retesting this. But yeah, I have used that in, what was I saying? I used that, the house for the intro. I, have used most of my redstone devices already. The poultry press isn't in it, obviously, because it's a farm and will be on its own. But, all the house-related ones I showed before, the lights, that now working again, and, what was the third one? Did I show a third device? Hmm. Anyway, though, that's all for today, heroes. I hope that once again you put the inverted lights to half decent use. I still haven't found anyone else. It's just that, like, I've been watching and watching, trying to figure it out, and some people have kind of put them. Some people have watched put them underground, but I maybe I'm the only one who's noticed this. I don't know. I really hope I'm not, because it makes me feel special, and I don't really want to. I'm kind of new and don't want the attention at the moment. Never mind, I totally want the attention. This is awesome! I feel cool. But yeah, no. The half blocks will cover them nicely in terms of that, so you can keep things small and discreet. And yeah, once again, that's all. So, till then, this is Isaac Zephyr, signing off. See y'all later, heroes.